Nathan Reed had everything: wealth, genius, power. By 36, he had built a tech empire from scratch, becoming a household name in Silicon Valley. But behind his calculated eyes and steel demeanor was a man barely holding himself together. Years ago, a car crash had taken the life of his fiancée, Laurel, and though he survived, his memory of that night was a black void. Since then, Nathan had become a ghost in his own life, hiding in a fortress-like mansion overlooking the Pacific, more myth than man. One stormy night, while returning from a rare board meeting, Nathan's self-driving car veered off a cliffside road in Marin County. A glitch in the AI, one he had helped design, sent the car spinning out of control. The vehicle flipped, rolled, and finally ignited in flames. Trapped in the wreckage with broken ribs and a punctured lung, Nathan could do nothing but fade into unconsciousness as fire crept closer. That night, Paramedic Harper Lane was on shift at Station 42. She was known among her peers for her tenacity and gut instinct, traits that had saved more lives than she could count. When the call came in about a car crash in the hills, she didn't hesitate. Through torrential rain and landslides, Harper and her partner reached a burning wreck. Without waiting for backup, she crawled into the mangled car, cut Nathan loose, and dragged him out moments before the fuel tank exploded. At the hospital, Harper stayed until he was stable. She didn't know who he was, only that he was lucky to be alive. Nathan woke up days later with oxygen tubes and blurry vision, the faint scent of smoke still clinging to him. A nurse told him a paramedic named Harper had saved his life. It was the first time in years he felt something stir in his chest that wasn't pain. When Nathan sent a legal team to thank her with a 7-figure check, she refused without blinking. "I don't save lives for tips," she said when Nathan showed up himself in person for the first time in months. Intrigued by her, Nathan began to reappear in the world, frequenting the fire station under the pretense of donating new equipment. He watched Harper work, confident, fearless, always putting others first. She teased him when he looked too serious, challenged him when he made assumptions, and never treated him like a billionaire. Slowly, the walls he had built around himself began to crack. Harper, for her part, wasn't easily swayed. She had her own ghosts. Her sister, Emma, had gone missing 5 years ago. Officially, it was classified as a runaway. Unofficially, Harper had always believed Emma had gotten in over her head. She had been working for a private data firm, connected to military contracts, and right before she vanished, she told Harper she was scared about something she found, something dangerous. Harper had tried everything: cops, private investigators, dead ends. The pain never left, and the locket she wore with Emma's photo was the only clue she had left. Nathan started asking questions, at first out of curiosity, then out of genuine concern. Something about Harper's story resonated. One night, as they sat on the roof of the firehouse watching stars break through the fog, she opened up completely. It wasn't like her, but with Nathan, there was a strange trust she couldn't explain. In return, Nathan told her about Laurel, about the accident he couldn't remember, and the guilt that had haunted him every day since. Then came the breakthrough. While reviewing old company files in the name of philanthropy, Nathan stumbled across something: a backdoor server log referencing Project Ananke, classified data that had been flagged by an employee named Emma Lane. She had sent encrypted complaints to internal ethics officers just days before she disappeared. The logs had been wiped by someone using administrative clearance. Someone high up. Someone like Derek Vaughn. Derek had been Nathan's partner since the beginning. Charismatic, ruthless, the kind of man who smiled with knives behind his teeth. Nathan had always known Derek had secrets, but now he suspected Derek had blood on his hands. And perhaps Emma's. Nathan didn't tell Harper at first. He wanted to be sure. But when he confronted Derek in private, the tension exploded. Derek denied everything, accusing Nathan of paranoia. That night, Nathan's private server was hacked, and a security breach forced him into lockdown. Someone was trying to silence him. He told Harper everything. Together, they followed the breadcrumbs. Emma hadn't just vanished. She had fled. Her final message was a corrupted video file that Nathan managed to recover with his own AI software. It showed Emma in a lab, terrified, talking about neural interface experiments and behavioral manipulation, tools powerful enough to predict and control population behavior. She was exposing the company's illegal tech. And then came the final surprise. Nathan found a lead. A woman matching Emma's description had been treated in a rural clinic 2 years earlier under the name Claire Oakes. They tracked the records to a remote community in Oregon, a safe haven for whistleblowers. And there she was, Emma, alive. The reunion was explosive. Harper cried for the first time in years as Emma embraced her, whispering, "I knew you'd never stop looking." Emma had faked her death to escape the people trying to silence her. She had been living in hiding, waiting for a day when someone strong enough and wealthy enough could protect her. With Nathan's resources and Emma's files, they exposed the entire operation. Project Ananke was dismantled. Derek was arrested under federal charges, and Nathan's company was forced into massive reforms. Nathan resigned and donated the majority of his wealth to ethical tech development and support for whistleblowers. In the aftermath, Nathan and Harper found themselves sitting on the edge of the firehouse roof once more, this time watching the sunrise instead of the stars. "I don't know how to thank you," Harper whispered. "You already did," Nathan replied, reaching into his coat and pulling out a small silver locket. Inside was a new photo, Harper and Emma together, smiling. "No ring?" she teased, trying to hide how much the gesture moved her. "Not yet," he said, taking her hand. "But this is where we begin." And with the dawn lighting the city, two people once broken by tragedy found peace in the pulse of a fate neither of them saw coming.